Lara Trump joins us, senior advisor to Trump 2020, the re-election campaign. She also is the host of her own show. It's called The Right View. More on that in a little bit. She also is married to a Trump, so her father-in-law is the president of the United States. Lara, thanks for being on. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Greg. Good to be with you.
Absolutely. You know what? First off, you're in New York City. You're a New Yorker. Quite frankly, from time to time, you're a public person. Sometimes you receive bad things in the mail, dangerous things. We all heard about it. You rely on the police. What is your reaction to this campaign, Defund the Police, that's gathering momentum?
It's actually shocking, I think, to probably most people in this country to hear that there is a concerted effort to defund the police. If not for the men and women in blue in this country, Greg, we wouldn't even have a country. I mean, they are the only things that are keeping us from complete anarchy that we see out there on the streets. You saw how quickly in Minneapolis on those couple of first nights, things devolved. The second that the police stepped back, the second the mayor said, we're getting the cops out of here, you're on your own, Minneapolis, things took a turn for the worse in minutes. It didn't even take days. It took minutes to happen. I could not think of a more ridiculous idea than being anti-law enforcement and hoping that we don't have police officers in this country. It's crazy, I think, to most sane people in this country. So I am 100% backing the police. Thank God we have the police force we do in this country. They keep our country safe and all of us safe. And by the way, they put their lives on the line every day for the protesters and the rioters and the people that are doing terrible acts out there. They're out there to keep you safe as well.
Totally agree. You know what? It's not clear to me, though, where Joe Biden is on this issue. He's been playing footsie with the defund the police crowd. I think they're being very cute. They put out this very weak statement from somebody that nobody ever heard of who worked for the campaign. Here it is, and it's a bunch of gobbledygook. And basically, they're taking a pass somehow on this.
Yeah, they're basically having a mid-level staffer come out and say, well, we don't really agree with totally defunding the police. That's not enough. If you're running for president of the United States, you better come out and take a stand on this because it's very, very important. People need to know where Joe Biden stands on this, and we haven't heard anything from him. So quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really know what Joe Biden's answer is, whether or not he supports this defunding the police effort. We need to hear directly from him.
Okay, listen, I know a lot of people, probably like me, are sick of The View. I actually like Whoopi. I like Whoopi a little bit, but the rest of them bother me a lot. There's another show called The Right View, hosted by this person, Lara. It looks really sleek. We see Kimberly Guilfoyle. You've got your whole team there. When can we see it? I hope it's not on when this show is on.
Well, it's on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Team Trump Online every 7 nights a week, Greg. I'm sorry to tell you, 7 nights a week. We have Team Trump Online, but don't worry, it's at 8 p.m. And so you can go to donaldjtrump.com and go to the events tab, and you can sign up to be part of all of our events throughout the week, but 8 p.m. Every Wednesday. And you know what? We found that although The View thinks that they represent every person and every woman in this country, there are a lot of women out there that don't totally agree with everything they say. So we started what we call The Right View. You can see how we did that there. And you know what? We've gotten a lot of great responses out there from people. I think the women and men in this country are happy to have another perspective on things out there. And I promise you, if you like the way it looked, you'll like the way we sound, too. We sound great as well.
All right, terrific. Yes, it's nothing like the other View. It's really, I mean, they've overstayed their welcome, in my opinion, except for Whoopi, who I disagree with, but I like. All right. Let's talk. Seriously. Number one, how did you meet Eric Trump, son of the president, your husband?
We met out one night in New York City, and so it's a city that I love so much. I hope we can maintain our city the way we've had it for the longest time. It's questionable right now, but we met out in New York 12 years ago, if you can believe that, and I never would have guessed I'd be here right now, but here we are.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And what's it like? You know, your father-in-law is the president of the United States. The in-laws are the in-laws, but he's a special guy. Just tell us something maybe we don't know.
Well, you know, he gets this this image, and there is an image out there that everyone knows of this big, bold, brash businessman, Donald Trump. But whenever he's around his grandkids, he loves nothing more than to have basically like a golf cart of grandkids. You go to any golf course and the grandkids are around, they're all hanging off of his golf cart. As many as he can get in there, that is what you will see. And the first thing he asks me every time I talk to him, how are Luke and Carolina, my two kids? He's just like any grandparent out there, doesn't get to see his grandkids enough, but loves them so much.
If I were a grandkid, I'd be on Air Force One, not some golf cart. I would. There are other, but they're probably too young. Hey, Lara Trump, check her out over there on. I'm sorry, one more time. It's Trump Online. How does it go?
You go to DonaldJTrump.com, go to the events tab, but we call it Team Trump Online. You can watch on any of our social media platforms across the Trump campaign, 8 p.m. Wednesday nights.
Awesome. Lara Trump, thanks so much. Come back, okay?
Thank you.
All right.